like for centuries, every time a new technology came to the island, it added more dependence on the outside, which actually tied down the island even more and led to less autonomy. So now we have renewable energy and we have the capacity to invert that model. We have the capacity to imagine that if we enter into this new relationship with this technology, that we are actually creating a new model which not only helps build a more sustainable economy, it helps build a more sustainable island, it helps us feel better, but it actually inverts the process. And that's why when I went to the Office of Naval Research, we called it, if you give us a little bit of money, we'll call it indigenous energy. Because it is energy not based on old indigenous models, but just the whole notion that an island people can grasp onto a technology, make it their own, reformulate it, make it apply, and actually enhance their lives.
Korea and Japan, Taiwan, and other areas in this region are leaders in sustainability. They've got so many different issues that are going on, including the harnessing of our solar power, wind power, and other things which are ripe, I think, for Guam as well. Sustainability is far more than that as well. It's also the ability for us to be able to ensure that our agricultural products are able to provide things on Guam so we don't have to worry about importing them, and we can buy local to the extent possible.
You have great opportunities to go through a restorative process, not just stop it where it is, but even to think about going back and putting it back as it used to be. Because the green agenda would say, oh, let's do less bad. Right? I would suggest to you, what about saying that that's not good enough? What about restoring the reefs to what they used to be like? What about having fish stocks where they used to be and having things going back to a situation of being better than they are now, not just stopping it?
Payless Markets, we've been around for over 60 years. We're a locally owned company. We employ over 600 employees. We have 7 locations. So we have a vested interest in the sustainability of our island.
This is important because then we'll know about how we can address the issues of these current times where from fossil fuels being exhausted. I mean, that's one of the biggest things that I think I've been hearing in this conference, and how just there are a lot of alternatives to how we can create energy for our communities, and I think that's one thing that I really mainly talked about in my essay.
When I think about sustainability, when I thought about sustainability in terms of writing this story, I believe that sustainability is not just about one person that comes up with a great idea on how to make things better. When I think about sustainability, I believe sustainability is not about one company making a great effort to make things better and to save our natural resources. I truly believe when I think about sustainability that sustainability is about you. Everybody in this room, sustainability is about you guys. Sustainability is about me. Sustainability is about my friends that are on stage with me as well.
We can have a conversation about why is it that we are being profligate with money and resources and doing things that are unsustainable. And that's the question you should ask.
No matter what ideas we come up with in any society, in any knowledge society, if the people with the capital turn a blind eye or give 1% of 100 that they make out of us, we are not going anywhere. And I say that with deep respect, knowing that on Guam, in my 1 year and a half, 1 year and 2 months here, I have seen the corporate sector really, really giving back.
This year, we launched Mission Zero Bag. And this program is an effort to reduce the amount of plastic bags on island. This is something that's a little unique to our island. It's not unusual to cities like Seattle and San Francisco, some of the outer islands in Hawaii, where plastic bags are banned. But we got together with a lot of our community partners, iRecycle, the UOG Green Army, Guam Coastal Management, and we sat down and we thought, what can we do? What can we do to be a little bit more proactive than just making the bags available and giving a 5-cent rebate?
If I look around the room right now, I see all of your faces, I look at you and I realize that we are all different people. We all look different. We may be from different places around the world. We all have different thoughts and ideas. However, today we do come together in this room because we all share this inherent human trait that we come together and we learn together. We also adapt as a human species, and we also connect with each other. Today I look around the room, I realize that everybody here, we are truly the sand. We are the water. We are the sun ourselves, and within our minds, within our hearts, we do carry the seed of our own creative thoughts and our own opportunities. Let us all work together. Say, let's make things grow.
In the process of us designing and creating the model and the structure itself, we realized something very special, and that's we humans always say to go green, but in the midst of all of this, we realized that we need to go blue and yellow first before we even start to go green. Obviously, these two colors create the color green, representing life. Blue representing the water, yellow representing the sun, and wind, which is clear. All these three factors are abundant and surround us every day. And with these three factors creating energy at little cost. And that's what we wanted to do in this model.
Reset the bar. Low impact isn't good enough. Let's have positive impacts where there is no collateral damage, only benefit. And it's doable. And that means creating a future where you decouple from fossil fuel.
United Airlines, this commitment to the environment started in Houston with our subsidiary Continental, and of course United in Chicago, and now the office has moved to Chicago. We have a vice president committed just to find ways that we can better improve on all the destinations we serve to make sure that we do protect our environment in different ways. So from fuel efficiency to using alternative fuels, we were the first U.S. airline to use biofuel. We did testing and worked with the FAA and different resources. And now we have an aircraft dedicated using biofuel. It flies between Chicago and Houston and improve fuel performance, and that this is an alternative option to flying planes around the world.
What I think is important is that everybody gets together to talk about their own ideas of what to build, what is better for the environment, and everybody gave us even more ideas that we didn't even know existed. So it gave us an idea of what to do the next competition comes.
We're trying to figure out how do we communicate a message of sustainability from a 10th grader to a person with a PhD. And we figured a way to do it. We generate an interest. We demonstrate that this is really important to the future of the island and its sustainability, not only in terms of the environment and our natural resources, but our economy and our society. And voila, people are interested. And so what we've done is we've taken it to the next level here. We've kind of thought about, doing things green, and now we're talking about sustainability. I think one of the speakers earlier today said, we're moving from green into blue sustainability. And that kind of captures what we're trying to do. We're trying to do more than just mitigate things. We're trying to create a new design for how to be sustainable for the long-term future. And, when we ran a high school contest for, who can build a net zero house, and we saw 11 entries and 11 high schools submitted, and fantastic entries, ranging to, continuing discussions about the aquifer, online learning, everything else. This has been a wonderful activity. And finally demonstrating that, making a profit and having strong environmental ethic are not necessarily at war. And they're not in conflict, that they can work together. And we're going to demonstrate how that works over the long period of time.